How does music shape our lives? Music is sound which is able to express emotion. This emotion can alter the listener's mood without them realizing. Music is everywhere, affecting people on a global scale. It is with this information that musicians shaped American perception of World War II. From the Journal of Historical Research in Music Education, J. Scott Goebel contends that before World War II, American music educators had no interest in promoting musical nationalism through their teaching. They felt that studying a wide range of composers from many countries was most beneficial to students of music. This changed once World War II began. Music educators, realizing that they could play an important role in the growing crisis, they largely set aside their artistic goals, refocusing their instruction and selecting music for the purposes of contributing to the nation's solidarity and bolstering the morale of the nation's populace. Hazel Kaiser, when interviewed, recalled that during that time, songs brought people together. They had a big influence on people. Taking advantage of this, musicians began to embellish their music with their views on the war overseas. For example, If They Feel Like a War, Let Them Keep It Over There by Eddie Cantor, and Rockabye My Baby, There Ain't Gonna Be No War by Teddy Powell.
Rockabye my baby, there ain't gonna be no war. There ain't gonna be no war over here. Rockabye my baby, all on the other side. We ain't gonna need no ride of Paul Revere. We're gonna have peace and quiet, and if they start a riot, we'll sit right back and keep score. The only place you go marching to will be the corner grocery store. So rockabye my baby, there ain't gonna be no war.
These songs expressed isolationist views intended to convince Americans to stay out of war. Not everyone shared these views, however, and the song Arms for the Love of America by Barry Wood is an example of a pro-war song.
On land and on the sea and in the air, we've gotta be there, we've gotta be there. America's sounding her alarm. We've gotta have arms, we've gotta have arms.
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan.
The war did come to America on December 7, 1941, when Japan bombed Pearl Harbor. Elihu Rose of the Gilder Lehrman Institute claims that the songwriters were ready and waiting when the war finally arrived. Sammy Kaye takes a very strong stance against the Japanese, as many Americans did, with Remember Pearl Harbor.
Remember Pearl Harbor, never stop till you drop everyone. Give 'em bomb for bomb, give 'em shell for shell, kill 100 rats for every boy that fell. Remember Pearl Harbor, wipe the Jap from the map, give 'em hell.
Once America entered the war, more songs advocating patriotism and participation in the war came about. Stars and Stripes on Iwo Jima by Bob Wills reinforces the myth of the flag raising at the Battle of Iwo Jima and also encourages sympathy for the soldiers that died there.
When the Yanks raised the Stars and Stripes on Iwo Jima Isle, every heart could sing once again. And the sight of Old Glory over Iwo Jima Isle swelled the hearts of our fighting men. Long will it wave o'er the hilltop as a symbol of heroes who died. When the Yanks raised the Stars and Stripes on Iwo Jima Isle, there were tears in their hearts, though they smiled.
Bing Crosby's Bombardiers song specifically promotes aerial warfare.
The weather's fine for flying, the fog has gone to bed. There's such good visibility, you could see victory ahead. Let's fill the air with eagles, let's fill the clouds with men, and we will see a world that's free when we fly home again.
Praise the Lord and Pass the Ammunition interestingly juxtaposes religion with warfare as many other songs did. This song reasons that in order to stay free, to praise the Lord, we must fight. The war left many wives at home without their husbands. Missing loved ones led to the creation of much more music. Some women felt that they should have no love, no nothing until their partners returned from the war. Ella Mae Morse made this song famous in 1943 by relating to many other women missing their husbands and boyfriends. By remaining faithful, many women would agree that
Saturday night is the loneliest night in the week.
this tune, written by Jewel Stein in 1944 and later made famous by Frank Sinatra, sympathizes with those missing their loved ones.
I don't mind a Sunday night at all, 'cause that's the night friends come to call, and Monday to Friday go fast, and another week is past.
Another famous song, Don't Sit Under the Apple Tree with Anyone Else But Me, expressed concern of unfaithfulness due to separation. The Andrews Sisters made this song famous, and Glenn Miller performed a popular version as well.
With anyone else but her. No, 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 not a single soul but me. No, 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 don't you sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. Not till you see me, not until you see me marching home. Home, 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 sweet home. Don't go walking down Lover's Lane with anyone else but me. With anyone else but her. No, 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 not a single soul but me. No, 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 don't you go walking down Lover's Lane with anyone else but me. Not till you see me, not until you see me marching home. Home, 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 sweet home. Just when you like a marching home. So don't go walking down a Lover's Lane, no, walking down a Lover's Lane till you see me. When you see me marching home, then we'll go arm in arm and sit down under the apple tree. Baby, just you and me, when I come marching home.
Glenn Miller and his orchestra might be the most famous of World War II era musicians, with songs such as In the Mood, Pennsylvania 65000, Little Brown Jug, String of Pearls, Moonlight Serenade, and American Patrol. Glenn Miller contributed a lot to American morale during his few years of fame. He left his band in 1942 to join the Army, and died 2 years later when his plane went missing, presumably crashed over England. In Swingin' the Dream, Louis Ehrenberg says that besides lifting morale and encouraging recruitment, Glenn Miller created a model of patriotic duty and a web of connections between military operation and an American way of life embodied in swing, and understood by millions of young people.
Five saxes?
Trombones, right there. Some chairs over there. Right in there. The four trumpets right behind there.
Four trombones and four trumpets. When they get playing, what's going to hold the roof on?
Let's try five saxes with a trumpet lead.
Maybe it's good and maybe it ain't, but it's radical.
All right, now let's try this. Now remember, this is a ballad, so take it nice and easy. Don't bruise it. All right, Joe, I think you better stand up so I can get a balance between you and the saxophone. All right, here we go. 1, 2.
Ehrenberg later describes Glenn's band as being well known for making music which describes distinctively American regions and symbols. This specifically increased morale because these were real places which GIs were fighting to defend.
I've tried all sorts of standard combinations. I never found out what I was looking for. If I start again, I've got to have an entirely different kind of a band, different tunes. I want to try something radical.
A British song, The White Cliffs of Dover, became popular in America as well as Britain. A song looking forward to tomorrow when the world is free.
There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover. Tomorrow, just you wait and see. The shepherd will tend.
Hazel Kaiser and Linda Kelkenberg both specifically named this song when I talked to each of them. Linda specifically remembers the line,
and Jimmy will go to sleep in his own little room again.
This song is a great example of the effect that music can have on morale. Linda explained some of the history behind this line. Some children were sent out of the city when the bombings were anticipated. With many people missing loved ones, spouses fighting in the war, or children being sent away, it is no surprise that songs with optimistic messages that their loved ones would return were so well received. Hazel remembered, "Our music was very positive. I think it helped everybody think positive. I remember never feeling that we were going to lose the war." Other songs that didn't specifically reference the war also boosted the morale of Americans. As William Trotter's HistoryNet article explains, music during the time of World War II was an effective means by which states could manipulate the morale, energies, and attitudes of armies and indeed entire populations. Music during this era was especially interesting because before new technology was invented to do so, soldiers depended on company fifers and drummers for communicating orders during battle. War music before the 19th century served a very straightforward purpose, and while World War II music did not directly communicate orders, it served a much more unique purpose. Music is able to motivate people unlike anything else. As Marshall Bartholomew puts it, music gives the soldier a firmer tread as he marches into battle. Music helped the slave to carry his heavy load. No song did this better for America than God Bless America. This was written by Irving Berlin in 1918, but it wasn't until over 20 years later that popular singer Kate Smith made it famous, promoting patriotism during a time of war.
Hello, everybody. It is my happy privilege to introduce a new song, God Bless America. While the storm clouds gather far across the sea, let us swear allegiance to a land that's free. Let us all be grateful for a land so fair. As we raise our voices in a solemn prayer, God bless America, land that I love.
As Marshall Bartholomew argues, it is not enough to merely listen to music. His article, Music in a World at War, encourages individual participation in music, and specifically singing groups. He continues, claiming that there has been much money spent on mechanized music, such as jukeboxes and record players, but little money has been spent to encourage and organize musical talent among the men themselves. This can be expanded beyond just singing to instrumental music as well. In the times that try us, namely World War II, your job and mine is to blow the trumpet and beat the drum and keep singing. In conclusion, some literal messages of World War II music may be a bit dated, but the overall themes are timeless. Music touches everyone in a unique way, be it those harboring a passionate conviction, such as pro or anti-war, those missing loved ones or supporting our soldiers. Everyone can see their own meaning in a song. Therefore, it is important for us to continue to appreciate and study music even today, many years after the Great War which caused much of this music to be created.